Born in Mile End Hospital in Bancroft Road E1, an early Christmas present wrapped and handed back to Mum. December 1954, a fair old time ago. Then taken home to Salmon Street, off Southern Grove, in Bow. And so began my early life, a child of the East End. They call us baby boomers now, we didn't know that then. Rows of terraced houses built to hold each other up, a pub on every corner, and West Ham won the cup. Pie and Mash and Vicky Park and my old man's a dustman, Hackney Marshes, National Health classes and Saturdays down the Roman. Swimming at the Mooney and Sundays down the lane. Given a chance, I know in advance I'd do it all again. I'm proud to come from where I do and proud of who I am. An East End boy through woe and joy and now to East End man. I never strayed too far away, it made no sense to me. If you're going to live in London, have a postcode with an E. Now trust me, we don't want to hear you and your one-sided phone conversation. On a bus or a train, please try to refrain from sharing your news with the nation. We don't care what time you will be there, and we don't care where you're going next. We don't understand what Sue said to Anne, and we don't even know the context. Has there been around? Now you've hooked us somehow, but we're still only hearing your end. You've left us all wondering why you're up in London and the kids are still down in Southend. I won't be surprised if in front of my eyes you whisper your innermost secret. Has nobody told you the point of a secret is that you just flipping well keep it? Now don't be embarrassed on a bus or a train just because you're there on your own. Do what we all do, just stare out the window and turn off your flipping phone. Or at least use the text if you have to. But better yet, put it away. Don't talk to me though, I don't even know you. It wasn't like this in my day. What a lousy day today. It was raining dogs and cats. People carrying big umbrellas and others wearing big hats. Hurrying, scurrying, ducking inside, jumping on buses for a 50-yard ride. Everyone's wet, soaked through to the skin, carrying bags with their wet shopping in. But come on, it's England, and I know that it's summer, and sometimes the weather's a bit of a bummer, but through June and July the sun shone each day. Well, most of the days it did anyway. You can't have a rainbow without the rain, and the rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain. It's good for the garden and blah, 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 blah. Take my advice, just stay in where you are. We used to play in here among the tombstones, climbing trees and hiding from our mates. 50 years have come and passed, but memories that fade so fast came flooding back as I stepped through the gates. Little boys on bikes became the cowboys in the movies, or international rescue for the day. Pantomimes for simpler times, imaginations undefined and all played out one side of Hamlet's way. Reading out the names on all the gravestones, telling scary stories to our friends. Then someone climbs a conker tree, there's one for you and one for me, and the Conker World Cup final starts again. The Semo, as we called it, was our own adventure playground. Our summer days were spent in its delights. But broken stones, imagined moans, fallen trees and garden gnomes were scary on those cold dark winter nights. I'm glad to see that once again the place is being used, and so much that I remember stays the same. Maybe with a change of clothes, this little boy from Southern Grove can holler, "Hi-ho Silver!" once again. Brick Lane on a Sunday morn, all human life is there. From new age hippies through old age yuppies to the girl with the dyed green hair. From Bangor Town to the Bible shop, from Blackman's in Cheshire Street. Down Brick Lane on a Sunday you'd be surprised who you might meet. East End faces in very strange places, West End girls in there too. Wannabes, used to be's and those that never were, and people just like me and you. Buskers singing songs that make you want to sing along. Songs we knew before these kids were born. Artists and shoppers, poets and coppers, mothers and lovers forlorn. Those there in search of a future and those there to look for their past. Winers and diners and a crowd of old timers and that girl from the EastEnders cast. It's all changed since I was in Nipper, but really it's all still the same. Only the names and the faces that changed on a Sunday morn down in Brick Lane.